Well, Guns, Girls, and Gambling is a very wonderfully over the top comedy, which is very reminiscent of Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch and maybe a little True Romance or Pulp Fiction. The characters are larger than life, and at the core of the story are five Elvis impersonators, and of which I'm one. I'm Asian Elvis. So it didn't bother me being Asian Elvis because there's also gay Elvis played by Chris Kattan, and there's midget Elvis played by the brilliant Tony Cox, and then there's Gary Oldman and Christian Slater who fill out the five Elvises, and we're on this journey to recover an ancient Native American mask which is worth millions, or I think it's worth millions. It's very funny, and there's some great cameos. There's Sam Mallow from True Blood, who plays one of the kind of goofy police officers, alongside Dane Cook, who's also a police officer, and there's Powers Booth, who is playing a role that was originally slated for Anthony Hopkins, but Anthony Hopkins couldn't get out of his previous commitment. He was doing a movie in Bulgaria, so they got Powers Booth, who's also fabulous. So it's just got all these great, wonderful actors, and Helena Matheson from Sweden's in it, who plays the blonde. And Guns, Girls, and Gambling, I have this. My first wig, because I'm playing an Asian Elvis impersonator, looked like it just looked like a huge shaft-like fro. It was like Jupiter. And I walked on set, and Christian Slater and the director were just laughing their head off. But the director finally decided it was too funny. So then they scaled it back, but it's still a huge wig. It's the biggest hair I've ever had in my 26-year career on screen. It's the biggest hair. Hemingway and Gellhorn is basically an epic love story between Ernest Hemingway and his third wife, Martha Gellhorn, who was a war correspondent, and that role is played by Nicole Kidman. And all these other characters are different people that Hemingway and Gellhorn in real life encountered. A lot of them are real, like I'm playing Zhou Enlai, who was the premier of China from 1949 till his death in 1976, one of the most beloved Chinese leaders. And then I believe Robert Duvall is playing a Russian general, and there are some real life historical figures that are being played by these incredible A-list actors. And often Brooke Adams from Invasion of the Body Snatchers, which Philip directed years ago, Philip Kaufman, the director, directed years ago, she came in for like one line. I mean, it was that kind of caliber of script and project that attracted. I think Robert Duvall is in one scene, Joan Chen's in one scene. That tells you something about the quality of the script. The story follows Ernest Hemingway and Martha Gellhorn as in their travels to Cuba and in their travels to the war front in Spain during the Spanish Civil War, and it goes to China, and in all those different countries, all of which were shot in San Francisco. So kudos to San Francisco to pull that off, to make it look like so many different places. Are these people that Hemingway and Gellhorn actually encountered in their real life?